Hello, Detroit Tigers fans. And I was going to upload a video today about why the Tigers shouldn't trade Nick Castellanos. But now we have bigger fish to fry as the Tigers just signed Justin Upton to a 6-year, I believe $132.75 million deal. He does have an opt-out clause after 2 years. So now let me put this out there. I like Justin Upton. He's a career 271 hitter with I think like 125 home runs or something like that. And he can steal bases, and he can play left. But I don't think the Tigers needed to do this. They had plenty of outfield options. I know a lot of people disagree with the options we had. But you don't win championships by signing every big-name player out there. You have to use your homegrown talent as well. Look at the Kansas City Royals and New York Mets, the two teams that were in the World Series last year. Most of their team was homegrown, and many of the teams in the postseason were as well. Houston, Toronto had a lot of homegrown players as well. Chicago Cubs, they were mostly homegrown. Pittsburgh had a lot of homegrown players. So, I mean, you had the Yankees in there, but they were eliminated in the first game, in the wild card game. They have a lot of big name players out there, and they were gone right away. I mean, you need your freaking homegrown talent. You can't just sign every player out there. I know they want to win, but nowadays the way to win is by you having a good mix of your homegrown talent with a few big name players, probably. Or, like, look at all these rebuilding teams. All their superstar players are teams that came through their farm system. Yes, they had to go through several years of futility, and yes, the Tigers have done that in the 90s and the early 2000s. I know it was a long time with the Tigers losing, but since 2006, the Tigers have been a really good team, except for a few years. So, they're still going to be a good team. I still say in a few years, though, they're not going to be a great team. Because you have age, you decline, injuries. It's not going to be pretty in a few years. And now, why didn't they sign J.D. Martinez to a long-term extension? So now, if they don't do that, Justin Upton can opt out of his deal after 2017, and guess who the free agent after 2017? J.D. So you're losing two of your outfielders there. And what are you going to replace him with? I don't know. They're probably going to trade Moya like they trade everybody, all their prospects. Probably going to trade Collins. I don't know. I mean, they have a couple good outfielders in the minor leagues. Mike Gerber, Derek Hill. I mean, they still have Steven Moya technically right now. But here's another thing. Justin Upton, that's 41 players on our 40-man roster. They're going to have to DFA somebody. Who are they going to DFA? Or are they going to trade somebody? Brian Holliday is more than likely going to get traded. So could they make a deal to trade Holliday and maybe even include a Collins or a Ghost? Because they deserve to be on the roster. Collins does not deserve to go back to AAA. He deserves to be in the majors. And Ghost didn't even play in the minors last year. He was on the major league roster all year. He doesn't deserve to go back to the minors. So they should get a chance somewhere. One of those two players, Collins and Ghost, is going to be one of the backup outfielders for the Tigers. But one of them would go to the minors. More than likely be Collins, and he doesn't deserve that. And neither does Ghost if they were to do that as well. So, I like Justin Upton. I think this was a bad signing for the Tigers, though. I don't think they needed to do this. And they're over the luxury tax now. So, there goes more money. They can't sign another reliever if they wanted to. I don't think they needed to sign another reliever, but I wouldn't mind if they did. Because right now you have 5 spots in the bullpen that are filled with K-Rod, Justin Wilson, Alex Wilson, Blaine Hardy, who nobody freaking mentions, and Mark Lowe. And then more than likely Drew Verhagen, so that still leaves one more spot. And there is a laundry list of players on the roster and NRIs, non-roster invitees, that could make that team. And you have Bruce Rondon as one of them. You have Kyle Ryan, Buck Farmer, Michael Fulmer. So, I mean, you have a few players. And then, like, NRIs, Lenny Castillo, Drake Britton. So, Tigers have a lot of different ways they can go with that. But if they were to sign another reliever, I wouldn't mind it, but now they can't. Can they trade for one? Yes, but who are they going to trade? Yes, obviously Collins, Ghost, Holliday, but you're not going to get like a huge reliever for those guys. So I like Justin Upton. I don't think this is a good deal. Way too much money. And now the possibility of JD and Justin Upton being gone after next season. So I just thought I'd get that out there. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you agree with me, that's great. If you don't, that's great too. I mean, everybody's entitled to their own opinions. Please leave comments below saying if you agree with me or disagree with me. I'd like to hear from you guys. So thank you so much. I'll see you guys later. Bye.